Foxwolf can have a happy beer day. Clink.
Clink.
I don't want to actually bonk my camera with a clink because I don't want to mess up the aim on the thing. Also, Snowcat, how is T'Challa doing? Little T'Challa.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever! I can't do the accent right.
No, but you can do the arm thing.
I don't even know what the arm thing is.
You
is
just
it like a fist over heart thing or something, or what?
You just cross your arms over your chest with your hands balled into fists.
Oh, okay. I don't feel like it. Little one thinks toes are food. Nah, they're just a nibble snack. Toy. So I don't know how much game we have left. It might be a short stream today.
Done? Your revolution burnt down our city.
Oh, we're getting this thing again, eh? Alright.
Why should I even help you? There's no hope for you. You deserve what you got. Just leave me alone.
This game has been a bit of a roller coaster. We started off thinking maybe we were a bad person.
Maybe
then we thought, okay,
died.
maybe we're actually a good person rebelling against bad people. And now maybe we're actually a bad person again.
Never welcome you.
Or at least a good person who became a bad person in the process of revenge. Or as they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Mm-hmm. And alternatively, the road to good intentions be paved with hell.
Ooh, true. Often doing the right thing is difficult. So yeah, I don't know how much time we have today. Either going to have a short stream, or maybe if it's super short, then I don't know. I might find something to goof off with for a bit, but I don't want to start a whole new game later tonight. I don't like starting new game playthroughs on a Saturday.
You have any plans to play the new Metroid game on stream?
Maybe. Actually, it's kind of a shame you asked, because I was going to do a joke about that. That won't quite work properly now. I was going to say I was downtown today, and I decided to pick up a game from a new indie studio called, I think it's pronounced Nintendo? I've never heard of them before. Something called Metroid.
Oh, sorry about that.
Give it a little chance. And you didn't know. I saw some people apparently were posting reviews complaining about how hard the game was and how they failed because they didn't put difficulty settings in it. And I thought, I don't remember a single Metroid game ever having difficulty settings before.
No, the difficulty just naturally ramped up with your skill.
Well, no, it just was what it was. And you needed to have the skill, or develop the skill along the way. But...
Oh, same thing.
Well, no, because some games will adjust how strong enemies are, or how the enemies react. Yeah, with some sort of algorithm based on how well you've been doing. But I don't think those ones do that. But I also thought about it, and I thought, I can't think of a single Nintendo game that's ever, like Nintendo-made game, I should say, as a developer, rather than just the maker of the console, that has ever had difficulty settings. Like, I don't think Mario games have difficulty settings. Zelda games don't have difficulty settings. They just are what they are.
Yeah, I can't think of that either.
So...
No, it's just one of those things. It's like the game gets progressively harder and your skill level has to match it, or you don't
That's
get
video
anywhere.
games in a nutshell, really. But it seems to me like whoever wrote this review must be an incredibly silly person who doesn't know much about video games, because Nintendo made games I don't think have ever had difficulty settings. Like, have you never played a Nintendo game before?
I may be missing a few in the group here, but I can't think of one that's ever had one.
Me neither. At least not, like, the big franchise ones anyway. Like, maybe they have a one-off game that was intended to be more casual, and maybe it did, but none of the main ones really have ever, I don't think. That has a sad wolf. Of course, the whole thing reminds me of Dark Souls games as well. And how some people, there's a weird debate there actually. Some people complain that there's no difficulty adjustable settings in Dark Souls, and then other people complain about those people.
If this is what got you banned from the City of Light, I'm not sure you can ever redeem yourself. I'm sure that what happened was not your intention, but I'm sure I made some mistakes in my life.
Your mistakes caused my
I guess
mistakes.
everybody deserves a second chance.
I invested heavily in Dogecoin.
Come on. We're a team.
Oh yeah, that's a
Lee.
big mistake. Oh, not lately, apparently.
I think I know what to do.
I haven't paid attention to
One
that at
place
all.
you
I
might
was
be
just
forgiven for what you've
here.
done.
Hold
It's
on.
like
The Temple
Yes.
of the Sun, high up in the mountains, where the ancients stood closest to the City of Light, above all that lives on Earth. If we can get there, I'm sure you can ask for forgiveness.
Thank you, British Aztec Ghost.
yes.
But yeah, apparently Dogecoin has been going up and up and up lately.
That's
And by
good.
lately, I mean the last year or two.
Yeah, I wish
I-
I'd gotten ground floor on it, that's for sure.
That's the only cryptocurrency besides Bitcoin I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but it seems to be doing well lately.
Some fly-by-night stuff.
I don't know if it's still going up or not, but
And they got everybody from Kim Kardashian to the Paul brothers endorsing their little crappy cryptocurrencies.
yeah.
I should make my own.
I always like what was funny. It's if you ever read
Call
the
it Kaioin.
the webcomic, least I could do was rainforest.
Yeah.
Marcy, at one point, you're thinking of creating your own cryptocurrency, aren't you? And she holds up a coin with Elon Musk's face on it. Says, "I'm calling it Dogecoin."
Sounds about right.
Oh, that's kind of the running gag. She
Better than Bezos.
has a rivalry with Elon Musk.
A lot of people seem to have a rivalry with him, and I don't understand why, other than people hate him because he's rich. It's like,
He's rich
Yeah.
and weird.
Yeah,
okay, so he's weird, okay. I'll acknowledge that, but
so is
Oh my.
Zuckerberg.
That's my favorite thing about him. Ooh, fish.
And we find there's a lot of reasons to hate him right now.
oh, Zuckerberg?
Yeah,
There's
Always have been.
There's never been a reason to like him.
yeah, but that really, it really came out the reasons to not like him.
Again, it's not new.
I mean, as always, some kind of dumb shit going on. I've gotten at least 2 different friend requests from my mother on Facebook, and I had to call her and said, she's like, nope, I didn't start either of them. Someone is using my name.
I wonder what happened to you after the fight in the palace.
And I think we're both still on
Hold
Facebook,
on.
only because...
Hold on. Don't forget to pay attention to the
Oh, yeah.
video there. Alright, you were saying?
Sorry. It's like, I think probably the two of us, and probably a lot of people, only thing we're still on Facebook, is just like everyone we actually know personally is there. I mean, it's kind of like the people I actually know, I communicate with on Facebook, the ones I just kind of know via the internet, I use Twitter for.
Oh, I don't know if you saw my message the other day, but I had one of the most amusing emails. Like, you know how once in a while Facebook... Well, actually, I don't know if you have a Facebook. But they'll email you once in a while with friend suggestions for you.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, Luca.
Hey, Snow. Hey,
Yeah.
Luca. But I got an email from
Luca.
Facebook a couple weeks ago that was suggesting me as a friend idea. Hey, you should go friend this
Alright.
person. Like, that's me, dumbass.
Well, if you can't like yourself.
Right? It's like, are you trying to tell me something about my self-esteem or what?
Yeah.
You should like this person more than you do.
You should like yourself.
That almost sounds like the kind of joke where, like, some people on MySpace, when that was still a thing, like, their only friend was Tom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Tom, he's everybody's friend.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's a good guy.
I once got like a couple messages from my grandma at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, that's. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Also, I know you're not my grandma because you would be asleep by now.
Yeah. But that thing I just said, it's like, you know, you should learn to like
Little
yourself.
one now knows I am downstairs.
It's not these. I keep getting
Conduff,
these.
whatever.
Alright, on my computer I have ad block. I don't have anything, or at least I haven't found anything like that, and that works on my phone. I've got a couple of ad blocks, but they don't block YouTube ads. But the thing is, the ads I get are now for some kind of depression help, and there are people talking about their depression, and then my friends and family say, and they're all saying, like, you should smile more. It's like, get over it. There's so many reasons to be happy. And it's like, that's
when you
what I
give
just
a
said.
blank look and you say, I am happy.
Yeah, but
Can't you tell?
yeah. Although I keep hearing that stupid thing. There's one commercial. Anyway, the point is me saying you should learn to like yourself. And it said that sounds like one of their responses.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of ad blockers, though, if you're using Windows 10, I would highly recommend getting there's a browser called Brave.
Huh?
It's got an incredible automatic built-in ad blocker.
Neat.
I've not gotten a single YouTube ad while using it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't run on previous Windows, so you have to be on 10.
Which, if you're not on 10, what's wrong with you?
Well, my computer on the side runs on 7, but it's an old computer.
Let's see. I think both my laptops run on 10, but my old notebook laptop, I think that's still on Windows 7 as well. 'Cause I got that in 2011, I think.
I think Windows 7 just fine, but
My last two computers
Windows
ran
10
on
is pretty
10.
good.
Yeah, 7's not bad. The only one I didn't like was Vista. I thought Vista was the worst.
Vista was crap. 8 was crap. I mean, so far we're on a pretty steady and predictable course of every alternate version being crap or good.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
I'm waiting to see how Windows 11 will
Yeah.
maybe continue or break that trend. We'll see.
Based on the screenshots, I'm not terribly hopeful, seeing as they put the start menu in the middle of the fucking taskbar.
I heard about that, but I also heard that's optional and you can change it back to normal.
That's still not a good sign.
It's not a good sign.
Why change that which is not broken? Like, the start button should always be down there at the bottom left. Why change what isn't broken?
Well,
Oh,
Why
yeah.
fix what is broken?
Actually, it's not even just that.
Say,
It's not even just don't fix what's not broken. It's also that they're changing something that's not broken and making it look more like Mac OS for some reason.
right, like, I wouldn't necessarily say that it has to be bottom left. Like in my experiences, my side computer that I watch the chat when I'm streaming, it's a Chromebook, and I have the launcher, which is the start menu equivalent, set up to the left side of the screen rather than at the bottom of the screen. It
Like
feels
left
really
center,
good
you
there.
mean?
No, left on the screen, like where your taskbar is typically on the bottom on Windows. I have it on the side.
Yeah, that's why I said like left but center vertically.
Well,
Sounds like what you're saying.
the actual launcher button is at the top left, but the entire taskbar is on the left side, and it feels really good.
So it's like you take the existing bottom of the Windows screen and just rotate it 90 degrees so it's on the left rather than on the bottom.
Yeah, essentially. And I've done that with Windows before, and it feels really good on Windows too. It just so. But the thing is, though, is that what these things have in common is that the primary launcher or menu is in a corner.
Yeah.
Not in the middle of the fucking screen.
Yeah. On the one hand, I'm all for options. So if there's an option to have it in the middle of the bottom rather than the corner, and people want to do that, go ahead and let them do that. But the fact that they're pushing it as a neat new thing, and it looks so much like Mac OS is a little disturbing.
Oh, neat new thing.
Like what else? What else in Windows 11 is turning into Mac? You know?
It's a neat new thing that Apple has been doing for 20 years.
If Windows tries to sell me some sort of neat new Microsoft branded mouse technology that has a mouse with one button, I am going to punch somebody.
Hey, Luca, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You want a kitten?
I already got the one.
I already have one, and they've already kind of fought it out mostly yesterday.
Oh, don't lie, Snow. You have two.
So, speaking of cats, mine's
you've been
become
adopted,
a bit
Snow.
more. Mine's being a bit more like social, or not social, but open to like walking out of my room, going around the house that I'm living in right now. But for the love of me, I can't get her to stop treating her litter box like it's a fucking sandbox. She just flings cat litter all over the fucking floor, and I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have a carpet, because if I did, I would be so fucking mad at you right now. But because it's a hardwood floor and it takes like a minute to sweep it, I'm not as mad. But having to like do it 2 to 3 times a day, I'm like, come on, cat, stop.
Shit's getting annoying, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there some
It's
place
just
you
looking
can
at me like-
put the litter box so that a little bit of scattered stuff around it won't be a problem?
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
just that you have to sweep it up less often because it's not a trafficked area.
I think I mean the one that I got, my dad just kind of gave it to me. It's one of those cheap $10 ones. I just need
okay.
a bigger box, like with more
Yeah.
depth to it.
There you go. All right, 1 second. Hold on, guys. We're about to have some dialogue. 1 second.
There.
I howled a house into existence.
No.
That's talent.
Yeah.
I wonder if I yelled at my roof, the leaks would be fixed.
Stay.
Hi, hello, T'Challa.
Get back downstairs.
You look devastated.
No, get that
should.
back. Get downstairs, you little shit.
Cost us all too much.
Like he doesn't look a year old yet. Like he's young.
Yeah. Small.
No, you stay down there.
What are you doing?
And now he's going to fuss until he wears himself out and falls asleep.
Yes. What they do.
Aw.
Last few days have been very interesting.
Mm,
Growing pains of adoption usually are.
Yeah, that's what it's like when you get adopted by a kitten, Snow. That's what happened.
There.
So yeah, Krendar, did you see that clip I posted in Girly's Patreon channel?
Yeah, you're gonna have to remind me what it was.
Okay, so I was watching this Twitch streamer named Jesus. He was doing like a Bloodborne run. I don't know exactly the details of it. I just had him playing in the background. So he gets the
Okay.
call in like the middle of the stream, and it's a scam caller trying to call him by like I guess it's car's extended warranty or some shit.
Oh,
So
okay.
he has his mods put the number in chat, and like everybody in his chat's calling the scammer, and it got to the point where the number no longer works. Like they shut the number down. It got that bad.
That's
like,
awesome.
I'm like, that is amazing.
Mm.
But
Kip Boga would be proud of this guy.
oh, he was brought up in that a few times. Like, man, you and Kip Boga should collab, and he's like, oh, I'd so do it if I could.
Nice.
But
All right, let's
the
see
running.
what this one does. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I just got one last thing. Like the running gag of that clip that I posted in Girly's thing is, he's like, we could be talking about like extended warranty, but I want to talk about the booty sperm. Give me your address, and I want to give you the booty sperm. Like he was doing this fake Russian accent.
The booty spur.
Nice.
Yes, I was like, that's different, but I like it.
That
Let us talk
kinda
about
You need to
Booty.
watch the clip though when you can.
All right, 1 second, guys.
A fire. Didn't you realize the Emperor's guards must have been looking for you everywhere?
Maybe that was the point.
You should have known they would see you from miles away.
Yeah, I think we did. Snowcat's having a fussy kitten right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you can hear him through my microphone.
Nope,
A fussy fuzzy kitten.
Yeah.
he's having a fuzzy.
He's having a yeah.
Oh, I heard
Wait.
that.
Heard that one. Hello, kitten. Speak up.
In here.
That's
Oh,
actually,
I heard that one.
yeah, that's actually how I found him. I heard a cat screaming outside, so I was like, what the I thought it was one of the neighborhood cats getting into a fight or something, so I was going to go break it up. And this little fuzzy black thing comes running out of the shadows under my feet and starts like climbing all over me. And I'm just like,
Bring him over to the
What
mic.
I put him back downstairs
I can
Aw.
interview
in
him.
the basement. That's where he's staying right now because him and
Oh,
Momo
he-
don't quite get along.
He's whining at the door right now.
Yeah, he's fussing because
Because he wants out.
Be- yeah, well, Momo's asleep upstairs, and that is what I
He
don't.
used to be
And
so
I don't want
beautiful.
him going and like messing with Momo while he's trying to sleep
Mhm.
because that will cause a fight.
Yes.
The pinnacle of
So
the Ember
he's just gonna have to deal.
Yeah.
All my life I admired the minds behind those amazing structures. They could raise the most astonishing buildings out of nothing.
So
I
yeah,
always
that's
wondered
what's
how
going
they
to
did it.
be going on in the background on my end for a bit.
I remember the last cat I had, one of the things he did was I go to bed at night, and it seems like no matter what side I slept on, he'd make sure to get on the opposite side of me just so he'd have my back, just so it'd be like I had my back to him, so he could start whining for me to turn over and pay attention to him. It's like,
Sounds about
like-
right.
you could have gone the side facing me, but no, you had to do that.
You messed this place up real good.
Mm-hmm.
Super fuzzy.
Hundreds of people must have worked down here. And died by the looks of it. didn't know the Yamrana were mining this far from Kilotazi. Look what they've done to these mountains. Do you think the mine collapsed during the riots?
Meow.
Meow, motherfucker.
The smallest
true.
kitten you've ever seen in your life, sitting in the palm of somebody's hand, he's like, meow, motherfucker.
And as soon as I open the door, quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have to name him Samuel L. Paulson.
Is there another tunnel somewhere?
I don't get it.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, but who's Paulson?
Paulson. You know, cat
Oh,
paws.
Paulson. I misheard you. That makes more sense.
Mm.
That makes more sense.
Actually, it sounds more, the way he said it sounded more like the guy from Dexter, whatever his name was. Surprise, motherfucker.
I think his name was Dexter.
No, not Dexter. The other guy. I would have said the guy. If I met Dexter, I just said Dexter. The other guy, the detective, the one whose little bit has become a meme everywhere. The surprise, motherfucker. If you let me.
Is that what that's from? Because I've never seen Dexter.
Yeah, I saw the first season because they actually ran it on CBS as a sample to go watch to get people to subscribe to Showtime. But that scene, yeah, that came from Dexter.
Okay.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
All right, just for that, I'm gonna go get food.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Alright,
Surprise,
enjoy.
motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Kai got a kick out of that, though.
That meme is freaking hilarious.
Whenever
like-
you can manage to break blast like that, it's hilarious.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Also, Kai, I think Kai's like, somebody else is getting it other than me for a change.
Yeah.
Well, his accent gets super thick
Oh,
when you do it.
right. That must be the way out.
I even saw, if you ever watch Soviet Womble's videos, he managed to use that in one of his CSGO videos. It was wonderful.
Ah.
When two people are standing there and some character just steps out right in front and wastes them both, and he managed to stick right there. Surprise, motherfucker.
Nice. All right, let's see what this one does.
Ouch.
No, Daddy, don't kill me. Shrooms. Oh, did I get that one already? Am I going backwards?
You wanna get high?
I'm so high, y'all.
You're not going backwards, you're going forward in reverse.
Yes.
That took me a second. I'm like, wait, hold on. What?
Listen, you're advancing the wrong way. Retreat backwards. A line from the Yellow Submarine, which is a great movie everyone should watch.
I've never seen it, but
Quick, everyone advance backward while retreating forward. Sir, that made no sense. It's called a tactical retreat, son. I know what I'm talking about. Stuff feels weird being up, by the way.
It's not a retreat, it's a tactical withdrawal.
Or what was the during Soviet Womble's when he's doing Hold Fast, Nations at War, and the guy doing the front side. So the characters, while the players while playing would really get into character. And one doing the French side, yeah, French, we never retreat, we only advance. Sometimes we advance in different directions. Okay.
It's not a retreat. We are simply relocating our forward direction.
What do you expect out of the cheese-eating surrender monkeys?
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Ay.
that said, it's gotta be said, when the French armies are at their peak, they're not to be fucked with.
I always like, there was a little known, God, this is probably during the aughts, there's a Marvel character. He wore a monkey mask, but he wore like a beret and a striped shirt, like stereotypical French attire, and he was called Surrender Monkey.
Oh, that reminds me. I was playing Rocket League about a month ago with a couple friends, and the three guys we were playing against were French, and we actually beat them so bad that they rage quit. And then I forgot which one it said. We're like, well, just like true Frenchmen, they fucking surrendered.
Yeah.
I'm like, if there's any doubt of their authenticity as Frenchmen, it's been disproven. They are authentically French.
There you go.
Another back to Soviet one where they're playing Rocket League, and Cyanide, basically every time he put his name and the last name of some footballer here, it's or soccer player, over and over, and finally one will say, pick a footballer and stick with it.
Herb.
Pull up, Burb.
Herb.
Thank you.
Bird.
That's
Get off the channel.
This is a lot of burbs. Burb swarm.
That was one of my favorite scenes.
Which one's Talric?
Yes.
Dark, get off the comm.
Whichever one's flying better than me, which is most of them.
Fly, Robin, fly.
Well, I'd say you're flying better in this game than you did in that, the one where you had the wooden robot.
It's Flappy Bird 2.0.
Robot.
It was,
Really pretty game that sucked?
yeah,
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Sorry.
Yeah, actually.
It was that had like the little spherical robotic companion that was made out of wood.
Oh.
and you're
Yeah,
like
Project
collecting
Grove,
like
yeah,
plants.
Yeah. I remember which one you mean now. I definitely did a lot of being yote around in that game, and I was not very good at any of it. Bird. What are you doing?
Burb.
I'm bourbon.
Bourbon stream.
And soda, no.
That game had potential. I was a little bit disappointed. Honestly.
Bourbon.
So since I'm actually closer to Canada, does that make me a little bit more Canadian?
Over the next couple months, you're probably going to find yourself apologizing. For no reason.
Gross.
Luca apologizing. That'd be a sight.
Indeed.
Wouldn't it?
I was watching. Oh God, I was watching on Twitch the other day, and who did I find now? The Twitch channel, Harley Morenstein, the host of Epic Mealtime, which I don't know if that show still goes on or not. And I said,
I don't know.
the man who introduced me to the joys of poutine.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of... Well, sort of. So I was playing Getting Over It the other day.
I saw.
And I've decided that the character in Getting Over It is Russian-Canadian, and his name is Vladimir Putin.
Nice. He does look like Putin, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Also, I know you didn't stream very long that day, but did you manage to get over it?
I did not manage to get all the way over it, no. We will be trying again on the morrow. It's fun, though. Like...
It does look kind of fun, except for when it probably enrages you.
Yeah.
It is definitely a salt mine when you fall all the way back down.
Ooh.
Yeah.
what would that term be? Sisyphean? Would that be a correct
Yeah.
term?
Yes, yes, it would. Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
And the fact that it got that out in one try says something.
It's a verb, for sure.
A verb?
A word.
Orb.
Verb
It's
is the
been-
verb.
It's been a thing that I've been doing lately, where I'm verbally switching D's for B's.
By the way, Kai, could you tell me how many chapters this game has? Is it 5 or 6? I'm guessing it's either 5 or 6.
Chapters.
Look at these towers. I think those are the towers of the ancients.
Six.
What?
They were here before we were.
6?
People used to tell glorious tales of their
Oh,
achievements.
saw this on Twitter.
Hold
just
on,
to
hold
think
on,
of
hold
it.
on.
It's firsthand.
Holding.
We
Cutscene.
never dared to set foot in these deserts when we lived here. Too many have gone and never returned.
Okay, you're saying?
I was saying that further, the whole Twitch leak thing, they'd already leaked what people were pulling, how much money some of these people are getting. Well, somebody also leaked that there's pretty much a Twitch do not ban list. In other words, you gotta
Yes,
let
I would
people, it's
imagine
like,
so.
yeah, well, apparently, no matter what they do, they get a free ride.
I would say that, but somebody who was making major money just recently got banned.
I was
And I-
surprised.
And I know she was making big money because I watched a couple of her streams and watched it roll in.
What'd you get banned for?
I have no idea.
Was
I
it
know
Amaranth?
one guy.
But yeah, it was Amaranth. She got hit.
Uh,
She got banned from Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter all in one go.
Oops.
Well,
Pretty much
She got
Yeah.
tired of listening to her lick microphones.
While wearing a horse
She's not the only
mask.
one doing that, so it couldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's the one people talking about. People, it's like, Amaranth, it's like she's one of the better Twitch streamers. Why are people against her? And we show her on all fours in a ghost spider costume with a horse mask trying to do the licking the ear microphones. It's like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of hot to me. Aside from the horse mask part.
it was way too
That ruins it a
clumsy to
bit.
be hot. I'm sorry. It was just like flapping his head all over the place. I was like,
Yeah, that
that's
kind of ruins
just
it.
disturbing. Get that out of here.
Although I was surprised, like I got a brief glimpse. I didn't try to look at the list myself because I didn't really care. But I was watching a podcast that was talking about it, and they were looking at the list a little bit. And I happened to notice a name I recognized in that list, and I knew he was doing well, but I was shocked at exactly how well the man was doing.
it was
But
Somebody we have discussed before on my previous streams. A man who plays a certain unhinged lunatic street preacher in Cyberpunk 2027 or 2077,
Oh.
I should say.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Gary
I
the
remember you
Prophet.
talking about him.
Yeah, Gary the Prophet,
never
otherwise known as Co-Carnage,
mm,
is raking in the fucking money. Holy shit!
well,
Good for him. He
one
seems like a pretty good dude, so I'm not even mad.
one name on the do not ban list was Rice Gum. It's like after the fucking scams he pulled, they still protect him.
Well, I mean, they're gonna protect their moneymakers for sure.
Except for Amaranth, I guess.
And at first I didn't recognize the name. They just had the name Tyler. I said, "Who's that?" And then I thought, it's like, "Oh, okay, got it, Ninja."
Oh god, gross.
Yeah, he's a scumbag too.
I can't stand that guy. Oh, I found a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, they have him back even after he jumped ship to Mixer.
Yeah.
And then after Mixer went down, at first saying he would never come back he still never come back to Twitch, and they still had him back.
I don't understand why Ninja's so popular. He's not appealing at all.
I don't know. I think it's mainly the kid. It's a kid thing because he plays Fortnite, and I don't know.
Ram stuff.
Same reason they like the Paul brothers for some reason.
I was just gonna say,
gross.
I mean, I can't hate Ninja for his fame because people like the Paul brothers. So
I don't hate him for his fame. I just don't find him appealing, and I don't understand his fame.
I don't watch him, so
Kind of a crappy person.
I can believe that. I don't know the details, but I can believe it.
So they tried to incorporate, I think it was Jake Paul on WWE's product, and they tried to make him like, hey, it's a Paul, you know, you like this guy, right? Fans booed the ever-loving shit out of him, and I'm like, I'm so proud of this fandom right now. They know what a piece of shit that he is.
kind of in the same way they tried to make, I guess, an SJW heel on WWE, and that went over like a lead balloon.
Oh, that was
know
so...
that the heels are supposed to be at least
Well, that's the thing.
likable, or at least you like to hate them, rather than just being disgusted by them.
But everybody knew it, recognized it, just be like, if you don't even understand the concept, why are you even trying to put it out? I don't think they knew what exactly SJW is supposed to be. And the worst part is, the guy they had doing it just came to WWE from the Indies, where he's been for like at least a decade or so, and I like this guy, and said, and you ruin him, put him in this stupid gimmick. Make him the badass monster that he was on the Indies. No, let's put him in a...
See, like, a heel character that works is like Bobby Lashley with the Hurt Lock, or the Hurt Business, or Roman Reigns with the Tribal Chief thing. The Tribal Chief thing has been the best gimmick Roman Reigns has had his entire career. Like, he is easily the best heel they've got right now.
By the way, speaking of this, the topic of making SJW characters or whatever, does anybody know if the Snowflake and Safe Space Marvel comic ever came out?
I don't think it did.
No, I don't think it did.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Or at least
the new Warriors.
What was it called?
It was called the New Warriors. They're using the New Warriors brand, which
I couldn't remember
90s.
what the team name was, but
Well, even the fucking people they were trying to appeal to were like, yeah, this is stupid. What are you doing?
the
I was
funny
watching,
thing is, out of all the characters on the team, Snowflake and Safe Space were actually the best ones, even though they had their flaws too. But I think it's kind of funny of the idea of naming a character Safe Space and his power is force fields.
Yeah, but only around
funny.
other people.
Only on other people, not himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I thought it was
did like
slightly weird that they made like Snowflake and Safe Space were a brother-sister team who looked almost identical.
Yeah.
But they were like the typical gendered colors were swapped. So Safe Space was a boy wearing pink, and Snowflake was a girl wearing blue. Although blue did go with the powers of snow. So I'm giving.
I don't even really know about Snowflake as non-binary, so we don't know if that was a boy or a girl. I don't think they were specified.
Well, I think it was specified that Snowflake was born female but identifies as non-binary.
See, I didn't even take an interest enough to learn that. It's like I just saw Snowflake.
I mean, I didn't look it up, but again,
I'm out.
Podcasts that I watched talked about it. So
I'm not even like I also saw it with the names Snowflake and Safe Space, and I started playing. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Funny thing, I find this hilarious, at least, and also somewhat unfortunate, is where the term snowflake came from.
Yeah.
And
being special and unique, right?
I thought it was something that just collapses the least bit of heat
the snowflakes were what it was called when the ashes flew over places such as Auschwitz. That's where the term originated. That's where the current term originated.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure that the people who use it nowadays don't know about that.
Or just like couldn't take the heat.
They're very much aware of it. Very much aware of it.
Well, then again, maybe some of them are, because a lot of the people who use that term are also very Nazi accusatory of people they don't like. So
I will say one thing about the new Warrior series. The artist on the thing, I've been following him on Twitter. I like his work.
Like,
I mean,
His
the
art
art
style.
on the New Warriors was pretty good. It was just the writing that was bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching, what was it, Nerdrotic's live stream where he had a bunch of different people. He has ads from Heel versus Babyface. Occasionally he has It's a Gundam on there, and they were discussing at one point the new Warriors, and he said, "Oh yeah, Snowflake and Kibblesmith. I mean, Safe Space." Kibblesmith was the writer for it.
I used to follow Nerdrotic, but it's turning out that he's actually kind of an asshole behind the scenes. Like, he is not fun to work with, according to some people.
That's a shame because that's a good name.
I did
It
like
is.
the one where Gundam kind of temporarily broke Nerdrotic for a second when they were discussing Chris Chan. The look of just utter horror on his face.
Actually, same thing can be said about Quartering, because I've been hearing a lot of shit about him, too. Like, I mean, I don't get involved in all the drama, but...
I don't know if Quartering's always been kind of an asshole, but he's at least, if not, he's becoming one.
I quit watching the Quartering about the same time I quit watching Sargon. It's like, okay, you guys just...
I've never watched the Quartering, but I see clips of him sometimes.
The persona he has on screen is good, but the actual guy behind the scenes, no, he's not a good dude.
Yeah.
Like, apparently he'll get drunk, post a bunch of stupid shit on Twitter, and he's got like a
like
manager that,
DSP.
like, yeah, he's got like a manager that has to clean up after his messes, and I'm like, why would you put yourself through that misery? Let this guy bury himself. Save yourself the headache.
No, he has a manager. Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah, he's got a lot of partners. I mean, he does a lot of good. I can't take that away from him. He does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
But he's got some shit he needs to work out.
I stopped watching them. I know I still watch like people like, who is it? Yellow Flash and that Umbrella guy and Heel vs. Babyface.
Whoa, game, what are you doing? Calm down.
And Doomcock. That guy is nuts.
Speaking of a lot of these guys, by the way, I think I may have figured out where Sargon's downfall started. Or at least solidified.
When he tried to actually run for political office,
Yes.
that would be one.
Yes, I was going to say that. He was a pretty mild and reasonable guy before that. But I think being absolutely crushed in his run for politics really embittered him and hardened him as a person.
And he ran off anybody that was in his corner. I think Count Dankula was one of the ones.
I think he's still friends with Dankula, but I know that after he lost his political run is when his slide farther and farther right started. At least that I noticed.
I haven't watched anything of his, even his, like, This Week in Stupid. I haven't watched that in, like,
that doesn't
years.
exist anymore. Sadly.
All the more reason to not watch it, because that was about the only content of his I actually liked.
Back then I liked all of his content, but now I still watch him now, but really just to sort of see what he's up to, and sometimes he's still a decent news source, like not his opinions, but like sometimes he'll talk about a topic that I'd never heard of anywhere else, so I'm at least getting some information out of it. But it's rare that I agree with anything he says anymore.
I was watching.
Once in a while, but you know, broken clock, etc.
Yeah.
Did it have to come?
What were you saying, Blast?
I was just getting on the subject as I talked about Dankula for a second. If you ever watch his series Mad Lads, his most recent one was on Vlad the Impaler. And
a very mad lad indeed.
And when he finished it, he says, "Yeah, gee, for the guy that Dracula's supposed to be based on, he kind of makes Dracula look like a pussy."
Yeah.
Like the actual Vlad of Transylvania was a brutal mofo.
Well, yeah. He was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vlad of Dracula was,
Yeah.
not a, well...
Not a good.
Not a good person unless you're playing the Secret World.
if I was going to make a movie, I would make it directly about him and just get rid of all the vampire stuff and say, no, watch this shit.
You think that shit's bad? Actually, Extra Credits has had a series on him relatively recently.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Extra Credits. Oh,
As part of their extra history. They've had some weird opinion bits on their show over the last couple of years, but...
Oh, the bit about orcs was in games is stupid, and there one how he said how video games should cost more than $60. I was like, well, you shut up, no, because they'll do it.
They should, though.
I mean, I think they're
Some
going
should.
to with, like the PS5 and Xbox S. Like I think games are going for like $70 now.
Yeah.
Some should, but definitely not all.
No. It's like it's like the
Unless
it's
you're
like the quality ain't worth $40 on some of these AAA
Yeah.
games. I'm sorry.
maybe Nintendo's been watching their channel because...
Shh.
like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey are still full price today.
Oh,
that's
hell
Nintendo
yeah.
for you, though.
And they're actually good.
Nintendo's always
Yeah.
been like that. They
Nintendo
don't do
does
price
a lot
drops over time. They just don't.
Yeah. They may do a sale here and
But-
there. I mean, that's where
They do
Very
ma-
rarely, though.
their quality has still been consistently good though. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I'll give them is that they do make great games,
Oh,
even though they don't do the price drops.
Mhm.
Nintendo also pays their programmers decently, whereas other AAA companies kind of don't.
Yeah.
The other
You
thing
want-
I had beef with them is that like when people would upload like playthroughs on like YouTube and whatnot, they would like copyright the shit out of it. I'm like, don't do that. That's free advertisement, you assholes. And they were the last ones to get the picture, but they eventually got the picture.
Yeah, I think they finally chilled out on that, but I think it's because Nintendo of America told Nintendo of Japan to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Probably.
Other way around.
Oh, the other way
It was
around.
Nintendo
Really.
of Japan that was doing it, though.
Because I know Japan, they're like really anal about copyright. Like
Yes.
they are especially anal about it.
I don't know
It's
where it
weird
ended up in the end,
because-
but it started off as Japan was doing it, and Nintendo of America was like, "Alright, ease up."
Yeah, that's really weird because usually it's the of America groups that are fucking it up, and it's the of Japan groups saying, "Yo, chill out." Like when like the big fiasco with the PlayStation 3 back when they removed Linux support.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people were jailbreaking their PlayStation 3s to put it back on. It was Sony of America that was suing those people for doing it, and Sony of Japan going, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Hey guys, check it out. I'm Mitch McConnell.
You apologize to
Why?
that turtle right now.
Why would you want to be?
It's a
Oh, I
great
still
question,
remember-
actually.
Oh, I
Oh,
remember
no.
this clip of him. It was like there was like a lineup of like senators and other government officials. I think this one guy, I think he got like elected to some like official position or whatever, and he was like shaking hands. He breezed past McConnell. He didn't even look at him. I'm like, oh, the disrespect, and I love it.
I
Good for
made some
him.
joke about Mitch McConnell when I said, God, why is he still alive? And somebody kind of looked like, oh, he looks like, no, really, look at him. He looked like he died 3 years ago.
I
Well,
mean,
he
you
was
know,
born in, like,
turtles live a
he-
long time, man.
He is
Well, he was
literally
born when,
older
like,
than dirt.
He was born when I think when World War II was going on. Like that's how
Yeah.
old this fucker is.
I mean, if looking the way he looks now, he's probably at least 300.
Yeah.
Probably a
considering,
vampire.
Being a turtle.
If nothing else, he is definitely a parasite.
How does-
Yeah.
And what's with that voice of his? Like, holy, he's like a walking cartoon.
Pretty much.
A walking
Hey.
cartoon.
Then again, those cartoons
Dinner's
are
done.
based on the actual people.
I'll
have-
return later.
Go have noms, and you better get your butt back here.
Is pizza.
Mm.
I'll bring the rest
Wait,
of me too.
Wait, do you remember that
Yes.
kid show called Franklin? About the turtle?
Oh, yes.
I've heard of it,
Is
but I've
that-
never seen it.
Is that
Give me
Mitch
a
McConnell's
second,
origin
though.
story?
Give the game a second here.
Yep.
Let's see. What's gonna happen over here?
Are these graves? This is horrible. There must be hundreds of bodies. Maybe thousands.
I mean, our civilization seems to not exist anymore,
these-
so yes.
Machiruku.
Gesundheit.
What happened here?
Machiruku.
Meh.
what did I do with the... There it is.
You made another fire. You really did want them to see this, didn't you? Were you leading them somewhere?
Apparently I was. So I'm gonna have to choose some sort of horror game to do soon, I think, after this.
Spoopy wing.
Spoopween. I've only got... Once I'm done with this, I'm only gonna have, like, the last week of October's worth of time to schedule for YouTube uploading. So I wanna get something horror in there.
Yeah.
Aside from the horror of uploading to YouTube in the first place, that is.
Yeah, uploading's not as fun as it used to be on YouTube anymore.
Watch
No, I
out
just mean
for
like
Mama
having
Susan.
things on YouTube in general. I'm not even really even still doing it at all out of sheer stubbornness, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I only did that Dark Souls 3 video because I'm like, I'm leaving Georgia. I want to, have a clean slate when I get to my new place. So
Yeah.
I was like, let's finish Dark Souls 3 and call it a day.
By the way, I didn't know if I told you this one. I got both the Castlevania Anniversary Collection and the Castlevania Advance Collection for my Switch now.
Yeah, you did. Have you played them before?
Yeah. You know what? At the time, I missed a few console generations there. The first Castlevania game I played, I think, was Circle of the Moon for the Game Boy Advance. And it was one of my favorites.
It was pretty good, although the other ones in the collection are even better.
Yeah. And what's really cool is both collections have a little ebook in there kind of talking about the history of the games.
Oh, I don't know if the collection have, what was it called? Portrait of Ruin? I don't think so, but...
No, I don't think so, no.
I think it ends at the one before that, the Area of Sorrow and Harmony of Dissonance, I believe.
Right, it has those, and it has Dracula X.
Yeah, those are good. Portrait of Ruin was the one after the Area and Dissonance ones, which are sequel to each other. But those are very good. But Portrait of Ruin was one of my favorites. If you get a chance to grab that somehow at some point, I recommend doing so.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was the last good Castlevania game to ever exist.
I think the last Castlevania game there was, they actually have a mobile version.
Yeah, screw that. I don't even consider that to be an actual Castlevania game.
Yeah.
Hashtag not my Castlevania.
Kind of like the last Ninja Gaiden game. I would not consider that a Ninja Gaiden game.
I'm a Heffalump.
There's a
But,
woozle.
Indeed you are. Indeed you are.
It is.
The woozles.
Then there was the time when they rebooted the series as a more actiony, like, original style God of War type game.
Oh, yeah.
Which was turned out to be a bit of a failure, but they did some interesting stuff with the story, but then they also did some kind of shitty stuff. And then after 2 of those games, they just stopped doing Castlevania at all.
Yeah. Thinking of that made me think of... There's a guy on Twitter I follow, and he goes by the handle Fat Thor. Now you may wonder by that, which one is he talking about? Is he talking about the one from the new God of War game, or is he talking about the one from Avengers Endgame?
Good question.
It's Avengers Endgame.
It would have to be in a very recently chosen name to have been the God of War one.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably likes the fact that there is a Fat Thor in the God of War game.
I think it looks pretty badass.
Oh, yeah. Although looking at him, I almost think for a second I'd almost give him a Scottish accent more than a Norwegian one.
Almost.